You felt it coming. That's the thing. You knew. Somewhere in the last few days, maybe longer, you felt it building and you thought, not again. Please not again. You tried to outrun it. Kept busy, kept moving, kept doing the thing because if you stopped you'd have to look at it and you really didn't want to look at it. And here you are anyway. Because that's what it does. It doesn't care that you've already been here. It doesn't care that you're exhausted from the last time. It doesn't negotiate. It just builds and builds and then arrives like it always does. And you're back, right back in it, again. And the worst part isn't even that it's happening. The worst part is that you recognize all of it. You've been here before, so you know exactly what's coming, and somehow that doesn't make it any easier. If anything, it makes it harder, because you know the shape of it. You know how long it lasts. You know what it's going to cost you, and you can't stop it anyway. So your brain does that thing, that circular, exhausting, going nowhere thing. Why is this happening again? What is wrong with you? You were doing okay. Weren't you doing okay? You thought you were doing okay. Maybe you weren't doing okay. Maybe you were just not looking at it and calling that okay. Maybe this is just what you are now. Maybe this is just how it goes. See, that's the loop. That's what it does. One thought, and then that thought turns on you, and suddenly you're not just having a breakdown, you're having a breakdown about having breakdowns, and the whole thing just folds in on itself. And your body is in it too. That heavy feeling, the one that makes getting off the sofa feel like an achievement, the one that makes a shower feel like a decision. Everything slower, everything harder, every single thing requiring effort that you already spent just getting through yesterday. And the gap between who you were last week, or who you thought you were last week, and where you are right now, that gap, just sitting there, obvious, uncomfortable, not going anywhere. Back here again, knowing exactly where you are, unable to do a damn thing about it. Here's the thing about being back here. There's this moment, and you know the one, where you realize what's happening and something in you just goes, oh no, not this, not again, because you remember what this is. You remember what it takes out of you, and the realization that you're back here, after everything, after trying, that hits in its own specific way. And then the questions start, the ones that go nowhere. Did you do something wrong? Did you not do enough of the right things? Were you fooling yourself this whole time thinking you were past it? Was the okay period just a gap between this one and the last one? Is this just the pattern now? Is this just you? I know that spiral, the breakdown about the breakdown, the exhausting circular, what the hell is happening to me of it all? Not from a distance, from inside it, recently, asking the same useless questions and getting the same useless silence back. And that voice that says you should be further along by now, that says other people don't keep ending up back here, that says what is actually wrong with you. It's loud, isn't it? Nasty little thing. Convinced it's just being honest. You're not further along. You're here, back in it, and the voice is just going to have to deal with that. So here's what back here actually looks like, the real version. You canceled something. Probably said you weren't feeling well, because how do you explain this without explaining all of it, and you don't have the energy for all of it? So, not feeling well. Fine. Done. You're in bed at a time that isn't a bedtime. Or you haven't left the sofa all day, and there are things on the sofa around you. A cup, your phone, maybe food you didn't finish. And you know you should move them, and you haven't because moving them requires a version of you that isn't currently available. You cried at something stupid, or you haven't cried at all, and you wish you could because at least that would feel like something. Right now it just feels like nothing and everything at the same time, and that doesn't even make sense, but there it is. I've sat in that exact nothing and everything, not long ago, staring at a wall like it owed me an answer. You're not showering as much as you should. You're not eating great. You're doing that thing where you tell yourself tomorrow you'll get it together, and then tomorrow comes, and you're still here, and so you say it again, tomorrow. And the breakdown is just sitting there, right in the middle of your life. Not dramatic, not loud, just there, waiting. And this is where you are, back here, again, in the middle of the breaking loop, doing what it does, looping, breaking, not finishing, just going. You didn't fix it this time either. You didn't figure out why it keeps happening, or what the hell you're supposed to do about it, or how to make sure it doesn't come back. You're just in it, same as before, maybe worse, maybe just the same. The sofa is still there. Tomorrow is still something you're telling yourself. The breakdown is still sitting in the middle of everything, not caring that you've got stuff to do. And you're still here in it, tired, unresolved, back again. Yeah, that's where we are.